Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Sunfall Cycle.
Oh.
We're here.
Wow.
Don't worry. No one heard what you guys are talking about.
Yeah, I hope,
like
hope your
watching a
mute finger is
squirm.
good there.
Did
You just
they?
like watching a squirm.
Oh.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
Who, me?
That is fucking mole.
I have to go reach under my seat and pull the
Goddamn mole.
ejection.
Oh, yeah. No, the ejection button is just the N-word. Didn't I tell you that? We already discussed.
Bye, everybody. Good night. Welcome to the show. We're back for another week of fun, excitement. I made hot cocoa, y'all. I made hot cocoa.
Whoa.
Oh.
Like
Actually,
powder?
Fancy.
Powder or like the milk and cream and like how fancy did you go, Jesse?
Please. Powder, but with marshmallows in it.
I mean, that definitely adds
With milk,
fancy
though,
points.
right? Like you didn't do it with water.
I do like a mixture. You
Okay,
gotta
that's
get
fair.
like a little
Mixture.
water, but like a little boop of milk because like
Yeah.
it gotta be creamy.
Yeah.
Which, when you think
same.
about it, is just watered down milk, which is fucking weird. But
So you just skim milk.
yeah.
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 No, I'm cool
Okay.
with that.
Like,
do
I
that
wonder if
too.
I could get away with like a half and half scenario.
I've done it.
Now,
In a-
now I'm
in a-
That's what's in
thinking of,
this
like-
thing.
Yeah.
Now I'm thinking of like
Wait,
a
is that
tracking
coffee?
Water
system.
do you put
That's
in
coffee.
your hot chocolate? I don't put
Wait,
any water in my
Show
hot
that
chocolate.
again.
That very white liquid that you were.
Sir, why is your
That's not
coffee the same
coffee.
color as you? I have questions.
I have an answer. I have a casual reply. I don't mix my coffee. I just pour the milk in on top and it just soaks
So
to the
it's
top.
just sitting on top.
Yeah, all the
Wait,
fat's on top.
What? Who
Okay.
are you? What?
I put half and half. I put heavy cream in my coffee, okay?
Oh, so you're
I
trying
don't
to make
fuck
like
around.
A fake latte, a flatte.
Yeah, flatte. Yeah,
What?
that's exactly. If you got it, you flaught it.
Yeah, you flatte it.
Yeah.
I
I'm
was
just like
responding to
imagining
someone
in
Instagram
chat.
doing flatte videos where they're like,
Right.
"Flats, it's time to make my flatte," and just dumping milk on top of coffee, taking a picture of it. Like,
I don't know.
Is this a new like YouTube segment for that Bronze Girl's YouTube channel where it's just like coffee with that Bronze Girl just,
I mean, it's
Dude.
it's a new segment of that
gallon
morning
of
show.
milk.
Yeah, I'm
Which is
fucking
the-
here for
yeah.
it.
Today I made
I'm
a
ready.
flatte.
I mean, this is my coffee, so.
Yeah, black as your soul. Good.
As black as my eyes
Nope.
is what my dad used to say.
Wow.
My eyes are creepily dark, and everybody else in my family has like these beautiful nuanced eyes. And if you look at mine,
your eyes aren't creepy.
they're,
Your eyes
they're like
You have
jet
beautiful
black.
eyes.
They're a
like
little creepy.
jet black. Yeah.
Oh, you're
I've seen your eyes many times in person.
You don't think
I've
they're
never been.
weird? You're
I have
creepy
never looked at your
people.
face and been like, "Ooh, those are."
Yeah,
some
I've
pretty
stared into your eyes
Like,
on numerous occasions without you knowing, and it's.
I've never
every
seen Britt's
time.
eyes. She always says no eye contact. So I've never
Walk
actually
around
met
like
your
this.
gaze.
Well, that's part
It's
of
the
her
no eye
writer.
contact rule.
Yeah, that's part of her writer. Green
Yeah.
M&Ms and no eye contact. Yeah, yeah, that's just standard.
Don't
Yeah,
look at me.
Yeah, getting green M&Ms only. It's really
I like the idea
simple.
that I'm
Yeah.
directing you on set, and I'm like, "Listen, Bronze, just give me a little more energy and just put yourself over here instead of there, okay?"
And don't look at my eyes.
Why is there a red M&M in the bowl?
So you know the story about the M&Ms, right?
No.
What?
Well, was it Van Halen was the band with the M&Ms?
The green
Oh,
M&Ms.
where they would do it to see if people had checked through the list.
Yes.
It was just like a quality
It-
check.
Yeah, it was basically like them QAing the other requirements that they put in their contract because they had things like the amount of equipment that we're loading onto the rafters must be able to support X thousand pounds of equipment. And then they would know if someone had not like curated the proper M&M's bowl that they didn't pay attention to the
Mhm.
requirements listed in the contract,
Yeah.
which meant that like there were actually plausibly dangerous situations that hadn't
Yeah.
been taken care of.
Which I honestly appreciate. I don't know.
That's
People didn't
fucking
talk about it,
smart.
but like D&D Live 2019, they had like this crazy lighting rig over the stage in the audience, right?
And it
And
fell
they
down and it
also-
killed 50 people. Just
It almost did.
astonishing.
Right before we went on, they had this like crazy, what is it, like a dolly cam where it like moves
Yeah.
around on this rig.
Yeah,
Yep.
Jim.
Person operating,
right.
yeah,
Crane?
that's it, the jib.
Jib.
Yeah, so they pulled back, and I don't know if they hadn't talked to him. He hit it, and the whole thing swayed. It had no safety rigging. That was like 30 seconds before we went on. And I'm just, and I
Not
had
okay.
this giant piece of glass above my head, and I'm like, there's been a horrific mistake because he can hit that again. Like
It's
he
the
can,
yeah.
like the positioning of the jib was so awful, where you're just like, no, he can hit this repeatedly.
Yeah.
Like this can fall.
Even
and kill
pirates know you
Yeah,
have to
it was-
fasten
it was
that
desi-
jib.
Yeah, they designed it in like a circle with like a pentagram
It's
inside of
true.
it in case it fell. Be perfect.
That's really bad.
I have to say that is one jib, the cut of which I do not
like. Ah! I love that.
High five. Ah.
Amazing.
All right, kids, let's play some D&D.
Yeah. It's
What
also
happened last
live.
time?
2019. What did you say?
2019.
Wait,
Boy.
it's even the most popular game of Wizard.
Yeah, yes. The most popular live show of Dungeons and Dragons ever. Thank you. You know, I mean, like, honestly, I feel like, I mean, I don't know. I'm really happy with our viewership. Every time I look down, I see like 400 to 600 people watching us. That's awesome. Like, when you look at like the D&D shows that get run on Twitch, I feel like we're in the top 10%, but it's like us and then like Rollplay in order of magnitude above, and then Critical Role in
Right.
order
But
of
we
magnitude
also didn't
above.
get
I
we
mean-
don't get hosted on Wizard, so I think that
That's
also
true.
makes a big difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
know. I love you all. I love this show. I love our audience.
I would love to spoil something real quick for everybody.
Oh my God,
one of
yes.
the ththings that Jesse was doing at BlizzCon was
Oh,
securing
shit.
the right of the video and animation group to do a new intro for the game using all of Blizzard. No, I'm just kidding.
Using Blizzard's
Diablo
cinematic
4
team.
Yeah.
level,
Can you
yeah.
imagine? Can you imagine?
Guys, wait, hold on. Okay, listen. We could, if we all get in the same place, we could shoot some sort of Diablo 4 level fucking cinematic for the show, okay? Let's all go to LA. I can produce
Yes.
it. We
Okay.
can do this.
Yeah.
Perfect.
It has
Done.
been made clear to me after my introduction to Lilith that, considering my waifus are Sylvanas and Kerrigan, the Queen of Blades, and Lilith, that I definitely have a type, and that Blizzard is definitely catering to like those of us who stand our living dead girls. You know?
I mean, like,
Oh,
what's
yeah.
the
True, wow.
categorization for the type? Is it steppy queens or what?
Homicidal, genocidal, maniac,
Yeah.
I believe is the type.
Yeah, has been dead or at least like brought back, you know, like because
Yeah.
Kerrigan
It's-
was on that planet. We don't really know what happened. Zerg took
True,
her over,
dead.
like,
I mean, the
yeah,
Zerg are
resurrected
just
in some
sci-fi
form.
undead.
yeah, more carapace the better.
I was
you
about
know?
to say, you're
It's the
a huge
new Manic
Carapace
Pixie
fan.
Dream Girl.
Yeah.
Yes, vagina as cold and dead as a fish.
Yeah.
Check all of those boxes, you know? See, Jesse gets it.
We're just gonna have like
When you
our
put your
Sunfall
dick in there,
Cycle.
it should shrink 4 inches. It should be
Wow.
that ice cold. Like,
Here's the thing, though.
you get it. You understand.
Somewhere Jim Raynor's like, I hear you, darling. He's like, he's like, oh, goddamn, I love it. What can I say? And then he rides off on a future
my
motorcycle.
Future horse.
Yeah.
God.
Damn.
I can just imagine like
truly
the
is a
Sunfall
godless
Cycle
land.
intro where like
What, Eric?
This is truly a godless land.
every day we stray further from God's light.
I
Yeah.
am always like so concerned. Like, my whole team is in a meeting right now, and I am always so worried that they're gonna like turn this on for a second to be like, "What is Britt doing that she can't be in our 2-hour creative meeting?" I'm just like, "Your dick should shrivel into the vagina and 4 inches back." It's
It's
fine.
very serious
It's fine.
creative authorship that happens
if
here every
if
week.
anyone were to see it, be okay with it. It's my team, so it's good. But
It's fine.
sometimes I think about that, or I'm like, are my coworkers just like tuning into this and being like, why the fuck isn't she answering my email? It's
'Cause-
because I'm turning into a bear.
You're also doing,
Rawr.
you know, like research on
That's what I think.
target
Right.
demographics and
Yeah,
Right.
Twitch research.
maybe
you know,
Twitch
you're-
needs their own
Yeah.
living dead girl mascot. Like the glitch is overdone. You need, yeah,
You're dog fooding.
I actually have been
Yeah.
advocating for
Dog
every
fooding.
single person who gets a job here that they need to stream and they need to watch streams.
Yeah, dog
Exactly.
fooding. Yeah, that's
Yep,
what
you're dog
that's
fooding.
that's the term is
Yeah.
you eat your own dog food.
Yeah,
Make
you
sure
gotta
it's
eat your
right.
own dog food.
Yeah.
You gotta know what's going on. You can't just.
That's
I'm okay with
yeah.
my stream being compared to dog food, Eric. That's cool.
It's a software term.
We don't eat your dog food.
Yeah.
Hans.
No.
Come on.
Yeah. Wow.
No, people would find it too spicy.
Wait,
My
what?
dog food, it's like the Kirkland signature brand lamb, and it's better than the pedigree brand because it's the lamb and the beef, and
There's no grains in it.
No.
Yeah, all
it doesn't,
fresh, no
it doesn't
grains.
put on a lot of airs because the Kirkland brand is actually good. Okay.
I've had it before. It's
your word for it.
delicious. Kirkland, it tastes like people food. Kirkland,
It's
I eat
basically
it
just
myself.
bachelor
My
chow.
dog and I have dinner together. Kirkland.
Unrelated. We are now sponsored by Kirkland
Kirkland.
Signature.
Yeah.
We're a big fan of their labor practices and their unionized workers. We stand with Costco. Yeah, that's unrelated. It has nothing to do with this dog food conversation.
Kirkland makes a lot of good stuff though. Don't they make like a gigantic Costco like bin of trail mix and
Yeah.
jeans? Don't they like make clothes?
Kirkland.
They do.
Stuffed trail mix in your jeans.
While you feed your dog.
These jean pockets are deep enough for all the trail mix and the dog food.
Put it where you want. Your dog will eat
Little
it.
half and half.
Don't mix them up.
Kirkland trail mix. Delicious enough to put in your pockets. Strong enough to be put in your pockets.
What?
Why are we not recording commercials for fake products every day?
We absolutely should.
Jesus Christ.
I call that pulling a brick because I produced right there.
You did it. That was amazing. See, I have an easy job. Anybody can do it. Just put some music on, tell the people to do something funny, and then watch it all happen. That's what I do. That's it.
That's my job.
That's my whole job.
And that's exactly when your team tunes in.
Mm-hmm.
I don't do anything. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
What are we doing here? Playing a game? What's happening?
We're in a tower.
Is it time?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
I think it's
Yeah,
time.
what happened last time?
A few things happened last time. We made it to the tower. The tower in the woods, super far off. I think it had like an observatory on top of it. And we were like, what the hell is going out here? We went inside, like we heard the howls of wolves and like or zombies, and we were like, nope, going inside. And we split up because that's what every party does. When we split up, Jesse, or
Well,
I
I
should say,
mean, we were
Well,
trying
first off, we Scoobied this.
oh, we did Scooby-Doo.
We didn't just split up. We Scoobied this. All the smart people went together, and me and Scoob went upstairs. We're like, ruh-roh. We got a
How
whole
dare
thing
you
going
sully
on now.
Jeff's name?
Oh, ruh-roh. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Yeah, so this will be a
I
real
remember-
treat.
I remember you split off from us, but then the three of us were like, oh, cool, Asher's downstairs. And we're like, hey, Asher. And he was like, I'm not Asher. And we're like,
That's
oh,
not me.
no.
Yeah.
And I
then-
think we were fighting. I'm not
But
sure.
no, you two
What
are
was it?
concealed.
Remind me.
So like, Eric and you are at the
Right.
door
Yes.
because there's a big
Oh,
black
yeah, yeah.
slab, and we were like, oh, if we figure this out, we'll have a shortcut to the bonfire.
Wasn't I at the wait? I think I was going to walk over to the wall, or I was at the wall
Yeah,
trying to
we
like
couldn't get it
quickly
open.
just like fucking figure it out.
Yeah, you guys.
Yeah, we
are
couldn't get it
trying to
open.
Figure it out, and I'm distracting Asher, but he doesn't know that you're there. He doesn't have any
Right.
idea that you're there right now.
Yep.
Right.
He's
Yeah,
oblivious.
because we figured we're like, okay, it's simple. This will be a shortcut to get back to the brazier. Otherwise, we have to go through the entire forest again.
Oh.
So we
man.
just have to figure out this black door. It'll be fine. You guys can figure
And-
it out.
Why don't you want to go through the forest again?
It's terrible. Everything poisons you. It's
No
lit-
one wants to be
So much
friends
poison.
with us.
literal hell.
But don't we
So
have
much
to at
poison.
some point, right? Don't we have
Unless
to go
we
through
get
them?
like a fast travel point by opening this door.
I
Because
guess
then
you're right.
we can cut halfway through, you know? We can like we don't have to cover a bunch of ground that we've already covered.
Yeah.
So, Jesse,
Yeah.
Sarek was going up these stairs, up and 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 up.
Yeah, so you like pulled one of those mummy mirror situations where the light was reflected in the mirror, And when we first entered this tower, there was a weird symbol-y thing on the ground. And like all great D&D players, we completely ignored it. And we're like, oh, that's an
was so
interesting
good.
symbol. And we moved right past it.
You even
And-
read it. You were like, oh, let not the light of heaven shine upon your sins.
Yeah,
Do I know
all right.
anything about that? Nope. Okay.
Sounds religious to me. Let's get the hell
Yeah, it
out of
was-
here. So we
it was in
left very
Draconic.
quickly.
It was in Draconic,
Yes, it was.
right?
It was in
Okay.
Draconic, yep.
And so we pieced out, and while everyone else went downstairs, I was like, I'll go check upstairs. Because to me, upstairs seemed like the safest place to go. And I got trapped in a loop of entering the same room over and over and over again until I finally started shattering the mirror. And that's where I left off, is I broke a mirror.
You didn't like run downstairs or upstairs or anything. You're like, you just broke the mirror and that's where you are.
Yep, broke a mirror. And that was it.
Meanwhile, downstairs, Aya, what was the ploy you pulled to get this guy not to just straight out murder you?
I cast friends. So I
Yes.
got advantage on my roll. And I told him that we had intercepted correspondence
God, you're right. Oh yeah. Okay.
that there were people that had been sent to kill him. Because we thought he was Asher. And he's like, sup, I'm not Asher. And I was like, oh. Hello,
Can I-
my bad.
can I ask
Wrong
a question?
number.
Why did we assume it was Asher to begin with?
He
And by
had a
we, I mean
stone,
Stone
you.
sword. Because we have
was
that.
it.
We have a letter from we intercepted from Hadrax, right? And Hadrax, or I forget exactly, but it mentions Asher with a stone sword, and we know Asher is a knight, and this one's also a knight and has a stone sword. So we just kind of were like, oh, cool.
Yeah, we just
Like,
like put two and two together.
yeah.
Who knew there's multiple knights with stone swords? That's not an assumption you just make.
Yeah.
Stone is not a practical material for a sword.
I'm right there with
I mean,
you,
you're
Bronze.
right. You're right.
We both literally leapt
yeah,
to that.
No, we were on the same wavelength there, Eric. I feel you.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the sword that he's carrying is like it's basically like Cloud's Buster sword,
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
a flat gray stone carved to a razor edge on one side. And he turns to face you and he says, I'm not Asher. And you can see that like there's pools of shadow that are like gathering in his eye sockets as you stand and look at him. And the other two of you, Ankara and Kairos, you're on the other side of the room, pressed up against this black flat glass. It's not like a mirror, though you can see reflections, and deep inside of the glass you can see like faint shadowy movement back there, just as you could early on when you first encountered one of these in the room with the blood ooze. In the middle of the room, of course, there's this huge prison-like structure, circular, with a circle of runes inside of it, and a man sitting inside that you have seen before. In fact, in the same place as the last time you saw this black mirror glass thing.
Is
And,
it the kid we let out of the
quick question.
jail cell?
Yes.
Quick question, Steven.
Yes.
We are pretty much like at the end of our sun clock too, right?
Yes, you have
Right.
one
We haven't
turn.
reset.
No.
Okay. Okay. Cool. I just want to make sure. That's right. Okay.
You have one turn, which means like one combat encounter or whatever, and then the sun explodes.
But you know what this means, right? Like we couldn't find that kid. We looked everywhere. That means he knows how to use the door.
Yo, you're actually, I believe
Yeah.
that could be correct.
Because remember we let him out of the cell and we looked everywhere and we could not find him. He probably
Right.
knows, and now he's here and he's
Oh.
captured. He probably knows how the door opens, or this, however you use this weird black glass. Like he probably knows because he's here, and we could not. We looked everywhere, we couldn't find him.
You want to? Are we making the assumption that this is the same prisoner?
Well,
You
Steven
recognize
just told
him.
us it is.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that is confirmed. Okay.
And in fact, Kairos, I think Glowbug and Beast and you actually slew this man
yeah, we did.
in your instance of the dungeon.
Definitely did.
What did you like toss him to the blood ooze or something like that?
Hell yeah. Yep. That's how
Yeah.
we got passage through.
That's awesome. Yes, but the others of you recognize him as the man who offered you a ruby, but then it turned out to be a rock with a moderate illusion cast on it. Yeah. So yes, I think the moment that we rejoin the action is this knight turning to you, Aya, and saying, "I'm not Asher." and you can see these pools of shadow gathering in his eyes. And this is something that you seen before? You have seen creatures with eyes of black shadow that are just like in the sensate and just operating on like autopilot and will only attack and can't really converse with you. And you've seen creatures that have clear eyes that are able to like converse and have dialogue, and when they die they don't respawn, things like that. Have you seen a creature whose eyes are sort of like flickering into the shadow?
I don't think we have.
So that's a little bit unusual.
So is he like, do I get the sense that like he's going to be one of those senseless shadow monsters soon?
Why don't you roll an Arcana check?
Do.
Yes. So
Nice.
No.
I think as you've been progressing through the palace compound of Ire, which is the wider complex that you've been in this whole time we've been running this game, you've been able to observe like threads of magical energies weaving like around some individuals whose eyes are clear, and like weaving into and through some individuals whose eyes are shadowed. It's almost as if there's some like broad sweeping magical effect covering the entire land that is bearing down on certain individuals oppressively. And this gentleman that you're facing right now seems to slowly be succumbing to this pressure.
But he's not succumbed yet.
No. And across the room, you can see your companions like knocking on the glass
literally
furtively
mime
to each other.
Big mime energy right now, just going like.
How do you reply?
Did they roll to see if they could figure it out yet?
No.
Did we last time? I don't think so.
No.
Well, what skills are the two of you bringing to bear to try to figure out Darkling Mirror?
Because when we were on the other side, we figured out a way to get some of the runes to light up, right?
I remember that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I didn't know what to do with them. How did we do that?
I think, did it involve blood? I feel like we tried something with blood and it didn't work out.
I think you smeared blood on the mirror.
Did that light things up or no?
Yes, I think that's what lit the runes up last time.
Right. Okay.
So we just need some blood.
But it lit them up, but it didn't do anything.
Right.
Do you remember what the runes were in, like language wise or anything? Like they said anything?
Remember that.
Okay, we vaguely remember there's blood though. So I think
they were generic arcana. As opposed to like
that Kirkland signature brand arcana.
That Kirkland.
Right. Okay.
It's good enough my dog can eat it too.
Brand
so it
X
doesn't
arcana runes.
So it doesn't say like when we put blood over it, like speak friend and enter or anything like that, right?
It's exactly.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. That's really the question I'm trying to get to. Okay.
Bellog.
It's melon. What do you think it's Bellog? What the fuck? It's melon. Melon is the elven word for friend.
Melon.
What Kellogg?
Melons.
Oh my god. Do you even
in the back of the room, and Kara and wait, yes, yeah, and sorry, I'm like getting everybody's names mixed up. And Kara and Kairos are whispering to each other. Do you think we should say melon? No, melon's Kellogg. No.
Christian's Balrog.
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 What do you do, Aya?
So he just turns around and says he's not Asher?
Yeah.
Oh. And I say, I knew that. I was testing you.
Why did you call me Asher?
To see where your allegiances lie.
Did they not lie with Asher?
I don't know. You tell me.
Asher seems well regarded.
So you're not this person that's been sent to kill him?
I should not be killing Asher. I thought you were sent to kill Asher.
Well, obviously not, Dingbat. Otherwise, I wouldn't be telling you that I intercepted correspondence asking people to kill him. kind of seems like I'm Team Asher, right? Just saying.
That does make sense.
You seem a little off. Your eyes seem a little cloudy. How you feeling? You catching the flu?
Not well. And he like puts a hand to his forehead and like, sort of covers his eyes for a second. Bronze is just like, God damn it, Steven. And
I'm kind of like
Kairos.
thinking of going full Gandalf and being like, I will draw you from him like poison from a wound.
Wow. When does Gandalf say that?
Worm tongue.
Worm tongue? Oh, yeah. Oh, shit. Awesome.
I mean,
All right.
Merm tongue. Come on, guys.
Slurm tongue.
Slurm tongue. Come on.
And Kairos, you hear this voice. It says, hey, psst, over here.
Who is it? The
Looking around? Yeah.
Yeah. You see Leander facing you from the center of this circle of runes inside of this.
We have his name now.
Rage. Oh my.
We didn't have it before. Joke's on
Did you
you.
not?
Get fucked.
Leander?
Leander.
Leander.
We got you.
Yeah, you see Leander looking at you from inside this circle of runes, inside of this prison, underneath this strange bulbous contraption pointing down. He says, hey, you're going to get me out of here, right?
Britt?
Maybe. Like, we're busy right now. Do we want to free him, Kairos? I guess I look at him and then I just like huddle up with Kairos and be like, should we help him? We gotta figure out this wall.
Does he look chained or anything like that? Is there a reason why
he like imprisoned or what?
Oh, let me describe what you see here again. Let's see.
Asking him, can he get through this cell, like this wall, or help us, would make no sense if he isn't chained, and obviously he wouldn't be standing in this dungeon cell if he could.
Yeah,
right? But otherwise I would ask him
what
that.
his deal is.
Yeah.
So there's this arcane contraption hanging from the ceiling. It's all bulbs and rods and nodules and crystal focusing lenses. And there's tubes and pipes that run along the ceiling, down the wall, over near the entrance, down to a strange boxy protuberance with valves and a big switch handle like you see in like old-timey movies for like the electric chair, and a keyhole. The contraption in the ceiling points down at a prison with blue and brilliant silver bars in a circular pattern on the floor, with a barred and locked door over immediately behind not Asher. Inside the prison, the ground is inscribed with a pulsing magical circle of runes in brilliant white light, a layer of spells woven into each other. And at the center sits a beleaguered man, 65-ish, with weathered, tanned skin, ragged clothes, and a leather belt pouch. When you first entered, he was holding out a dull rock in his hand and was looking at it confusedly, but now he seems to have vanished the rock and is looking at you two eagerly from a standing position.
Well, geez. Okay.
You're going to get me out of there, right?
Real quick, those runes around him, are they simple imprisoning runes, or those like protection from evil runes? Okay, no. All right. I don't know. I can't tell from here.
Let me
see.
You could definitely do an Arcana test to like see if you can identify the runes.
Britt, what do you whisper to me?
In order to do that, did you already roll?
Oops.
Yeah, I mean, sorry, we just figured.
In order to do that, you're gonna have to like get close.
How far away is he?
There's probably like 20 feet to the center of the room, like to the wall.
Okay. So then, and you're saying there's piping from that cell up to the wall, or up to the ceiling, and then there's like piping down to the door too?
Yeah, so there's like this arcane contraption hanging on the ceiling, and there's piping from the contraption all along the ceiling, down the wall to this like little box contraption over by the door.
Oh. Okay.
I'm assuming that if we walk over there, we will probably be seen.
That's the risk, right? Like if you try to get close enough to try to spend some time identifying these runes, like that's the threat you're placing yourself under.
Right. We don't have time. Aya's thing. Oh my God. Aya's thing's gonna run out by that time. Shit. I don't know. What do you want to do, Britt?
Did you
what
say?
Kara do?
Did you say we're busy right now?
Yeah, I think so. I think. What do you say? Like,
When he asked me, I was just like, hold on.
yeah.
Turn around. So we're talking about all this, and I guess I don't know. I mean, we need blood for the wall, right? To like highlight the runes. So maybe we can use his.
Yeah, he sees you looking at the wall, the surface of glass, and you make some sort of a statement of impatience, or we're busy, or whatever. You generally communicate your unwillingness to engage with him right now, and he says, I see you're examining the darkling mirror.
All right, that tells me that he knows what it is, maybe. So maybe we should go get it.
Sarek, what are you doing now? You're standing at the bottom of this spiral stair, looking up into now a quite dark chamber. Bear in mind, there's no railing on this staircase.
Well, I, as a half-elf, can see in the dark a little bit, so I'm not too concerned. But I'm curious if I can detect if there actually is real something above me. If there ever was, like, because there were stairs going up and I broke the mirror.
Yeah.
So can I go up still? Or, I mean, a smart person would go back down and check those ruins, but I am not smart.
Yeah, hang on. Let me just take a look at my notes.
You weren't prepared for this, eh? Outsmarted you again.
It's true. Wow. Yes. Please give me an investigation check to determine whether or not, you're sort of trying to like gauge and discern whether what you're looking at is reality. You're sort of maybe wondering if there's like an illusion or something going on.
You're welcome.
Hey, check it. The staircase is real. The door at the top of the stairs is real. The broken mirror contraption is also real. It looks like everything is actually real.
Okay, well then, Sark looks down at his doggo friend and is like, well, I guess up we go. And I want to go up again and keep going through the door.
Okay, awesome. So you climb the staircase, and as you climb, you see from this opening at the top of the ceiling a cold silver light that seems to fill the space beyond. As you step up through the hole in the floor of the next room, the wondrous sights around you make you catch your breath. Armoros, of course, just like continues moving on, runs into the middle of the room, and then plops onto the floor. What you see in here is, yes, it's a workroom of books. Hundreds of books all along the walls and shelves, piled up on chairs and on tables. There's just like tons of esoteric knowledge stored in this room in this chamber near the top of this tower. As you poke your head up, a strong scent of like incense and herbs and spices and arcane materials sort of slips into your nostrils. You can tell that there's just been like some strong magical workings done in this space, and their effluvia still hang in the air.
What is
there's
that
a table.
smell? Effluvia?
Oh yes, arcane effluvia.
So much effluvia. Effluvia and sandalwood.
There's I think probably 3 important features that are readily visible to you in this room. One, across the way, at the base of the spiral stair where it continues up on the opposite side of the room, there is a table with like paper notes scattered all over the table, and a quill and a pot of ink. And in the center of the table, with all of these notes scattered all around it, there's a silvered hammer. It looks like, if you've seen like Shadow of Mordor or Shadow of War, it looks like that hammer that the elf guy was holding. And it's glowing with a cool silvery light, which is the light that you were able to detect as you were ascending the staircase. all around the room, there are a number of glass cases that look like display cases. Each of them has very fine silvery runes inscribed into the silver like housing of the glass cases. And 3 of them are closed and have objects contained within them. One is a potion that looks like it contains some kind of fog. One is a thick, rich brown studded leather armor with studs that appear to be made out of ironwood. And one is a pair of bracers that would clasp around your forearms and has stitching in red and gold, just in like spiral patterns.
What was the first thing again?
A potion that contains what looks like some sort of a fog. So that we've got the table with the hammer. We've got these 3 glass cases that are closed, and there are others that are open around the room. And then the third thing that you notice is that at the top of the spiral stair, where it ascends up to, you're not sure where, maybe the top of the tower, there is a wall of fog obscuring the exit above.
Sark looks up at the wall of fog and like smiles and is like, I'm no dummy, and realizes that, you know, obviously need to go back and get the gang, obviously. But before I do, I sort of saunter over, because I feel very, you know, like cocky about the fact that everyone else went to the basement, and here I am in a room with a glowing magic hammer and 3 glass cases. And I'm just like, well. I like pick up the hammer and just sort of, you know, frolic on over to these glass cases. And
before you get too far, you
hammer
step
turns
into
you
the room.
into glass.
Boom, bang! It turns you into a glass case, and inside of it is contained
all of the items you had on you.
The end. You step into the room, and as you ascend the staircase, the last few steps into the room proper, all of a sudden, just like the overpowering scent of this place, just like shoves its way into your nostrils and like accosts your senses. Your eyes start watering. You hear a ringing sound in your ears. Your brain feels foggy. Please give me. You're not trained in Arcana, are you?
I mean, no.
Give me a Constitution saving throw, please, Jesse Cox.
Okay, I'll do it.
Oh, wow. That's real bad.
Well, I got 0 Constitution, so.
Wow. Yeah, so let's see.
Nice down you, Jesse.
Your mind is just like filled with like visions of abstract arcana. You start seeing like creatures enter and leave existence that are crafted out of like fractals that just like disintegrate into microscopic nothingness. You see like living equations float across your vision, balancing out arcane forces. You see spell plasms like clinging to the ceiling and then dropping to the floor before seeping into the cracks of stone. You are like out of your gourd,
tripping balls
here.
Oh, I'm tripping. All right, yeah, okay.
Just from the overwhelming magical like residue in this room. You take 5 damage from like psychic damage from your brain trying to hold on to its bearings in this space. You can still act. You can go grab the hammer. You can do whatever you want. So you're walking over and picking up the hammer still?
Yeah, but I mean, like, I'm a little high now. So I definitely am just like, oh man, I'm gonna get this hammer. Look, Rose, I'm gonna get this hammer. I'm gonna break stuff with this hammer, man.
Yeah, technically it's less like feeling high and more like feeling just like utterly distracted and bewildered at what's going on.
Can you believe there's a hammer? Rose, can you believe there's a hammer?
He's on crack, not on marijuana.
I'm gonna break stuff with his hammer, man.
It's the feeling of like every single movie where like the country girl goes to like Times Square.
You're like the double rainbow guy.
double
Yeah.
rainbow.
Like that Michael Bay like stand up, look around, and like the thing.
Oh yeah,
spins
yeah.
Shot.
So do I also get the shot where like the camera moves away from me and the world like grows as
Yeah.
like I
Yes,
say?
yeah,
Yeah, right.
The camera is moving
Great.
towards you while the FOV is increasing.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah.
I definitely
Cool.
say, whoa. And then I walk
right.
in and like I feel like I'm in a Disney musical right now where I start like humming a tune about books and I
One of the spell plasms lights on your shoulder and sings.
Right. Look at me, all these books. Right? The whole thing happens. Right? And I'm like, there's a hammer, I'll take a look. And I lift it up and I do a whole thing. And I pick up the hammer. Does anything happen to me?
No. The hammer in your hand hums with power.
I guess I'll break this glass. And I like saunter over to it.
Awesome.
Right?
Yes.
And bink on the potion glass.
You're just like giving a gentle tap.
I mean, no, I'm like, smash that shit. But I'm
All
doing
right,
it
cool.
like I'm a Disney princess.
Yeah. So, chat. The camera, as it looks down at the hammer, can see that there's a note next to the hammer where someone has been writing information about it.
I didn't read it.
But Sarek picks up the hammer and walks over to the glass case and just smashes it with the hammer. Sarek, roll a strength saving throw, please.
Sure.
Look at
That's
her.
100% better than last time.
Sure.
100%
Nice.
better.
You doubled it.
Wow.
Awesome. Sarek, you smash this case and there's this like gong lightning crash explosion of brilliant blinding light. And then you're looking up at the ceiling from a position about 15 feet away. And the hammer is lying at 5 feet to your side. Meanwhile,
Wait. Did I break the glass though?
Absolutely not. Meanwhile, this guy looks up at you. His eyes are darker than they were, but not fully, not fully enwreathed in shadow. And he looks like he's about to say something when all of a sudden you hear this from upstairs. And he looks up and he says, "That's unusual. I should go investigate."
And this kind of works for us.
Yeah,
right?
sounds good.
Yeah.
Sucks.
And I'm like,
Sucks for Sarek though.
He's just up there singing songs and gently tapping his hammer against.
Yeah. What is I mean, does Aya know that's Sarek that did it? Probably not, right?
We sent him up there.
We can assume.
And right, okay. So would you totally throw Sarek to the wolves?
He'll respawn on the moon.
Yeah.
We only have so much time and choices here, guys.
I feel like
we have to get this thing.
that's mentally like in your head is what we hear. That's so good. Yeah. Spawn on the moon.
He'll respawn on the moon. But before this dude goes,
it's good.
I'm gonna attempt to just say something to him in passing and see if it has an effect on him. So like I kind of like nod, and as he's walking by, I touch his arm. And do I recall anything cool, like any phrases or anything interesting about being a knight of Astafon?
I don't think you've.
Is there a phrase or like a something they say between each other that I might have heard from like any of the knights we've been around?
Live deliciously.
I don't think we've like injected anything like that into the actual show, but give me like an intelligence saving throw. And let's see if we can let's see if you have been paying attention enough in character to come up with one. Okay, yeah, totally. We can come up with something. Let's see.
Let us be viewed by our actions. Or let us be judged in life by the evil we destroy.
That's a pretty clutch one. Yeah, absolutely. Let us be judged in life by the evil we destroy.
Or shorter and maybe a little bit more succinct. Evil we destroy, less evil we become.
Wow.
There you go.
Really?
Workshopping, teamwork.
Yeah.
Evil we destroy, lest evil we become. That's the one.
Yeah.
So you say that to him.
I say that to him, but I want to try to make eye contact while I say it.
Yeah.
What's
What's your objective in trying to like get in his head like this? What's your ideal outcome?
Aya's working theory is that this darkness, this corruption is happening because these people are being forced to relive their lives, and we are free of that cycle, and that's why we've maintained clarity. And all the people that we've come in contact with have had clear eyes have been like people of purpose, you know? So I'm trying to remind him of his purpose and who he is, in the hopes that next time we encounter him, maybe he won't be a soulless beast, because he seems like he might be useful.
Cool. Yeah.
But I don't know I don't know if Aya's theory is correct. So I just want to give him a phrase that, you know, as a Knight of Astafon, that maybe he'll like kind of remember that as he's going.
Yeah. Give me a persuasion check with advantage because you have friends running, of course. Oh yeah, awesome. He turns to you and he like pauses for a second. You see his eyes clear just the briefest bit. And he sort of looks and locks eyes with you, which you notice that he hasn't ever actually made eye contact with you prior to now. And he just repeats it back to you. Yeah. Evil we destroy, lest evil we become. And then he like unshoulders his heavy stone sword and pulls out like this wicked shiv skewer that he's got in his other hand.
Oh yeah, he's gonna shove that right in Jesse's ass.
Exactly. He just starts walking up the stairs.
Yeah. And as he walks up the stairs, once he's out of earshot, and be like, well, Sarek is dead. Let's get this door open.
Maybe we can save him. Let's do it fast.
So hang on. Stepping backwards about 20 seconds, Leander just said to you, I see you're interested in the Darkling Mirror.
Yeah.
And what do you two and Kara and Kairos make of this?
Okay. So Britt and I have been talking about this while this has been going on. And guess what?
What?
We're near the console, near the door thing, right? The conjunction is what you called it?
Sorry, you're near the what?
A projunction?
Conjunction.
What's your function? The thing near the door with the key with you called it like the kill switch.
Yeah, contraption.
A contraption. No, you called it something else.
No, he called it arcane contraption.
No. Go look at your notes. Go look at your notes, and you used a specific word that I'm trying to recall.
All right, here we go. Looking at the notes. Let's see what specific words I wrote down.
You called some fucking dark crystal description shit. I called it like a projector on, and I don't know what you said.
It says here in my notes, the words I used were arcane contraption, Eric.
No, okay, that's not true. All right, well, we have a VOD. We have a VOD, and I will prove it that you used this weird word, and that's what I was thinking of. Okay,
it says arcane contraption hangs from the ceiling, all bulbs and rods and nodules and crystal focusing lenses, tubes and pipes run along the ceiling, down the wall, over to a strange boxy protuberance.
Protuberance. That's what I was thinking about. Protuberance. Like why is everyone looking at me like everyone knows what protuberance is? Like what? Like that's an average word everyone uses.
Dark crystal thing.
That doesn't sound
protuberance?
like conjunction.
Yeah.
Protuberance, conjunction.
Protuberance.
I knew it had pro in it, but I knew also that it was okay.
Protuberance.
Fine.
I would probably relate that word to like potato tube or some word like
well, I was thinking that it's like a conduit conductor, and I knew it started with pro. So I was accidentally just mushed them together. Okay.
Protuberance like a few days ago on an airplane because the air hostess was like, if you could just please keep the aisle free of protuberances.
What's that?
But apparently she's from Dark Crystal. So.
Protuberance is a great
She
word.
was sexy. It was crazy.
Yeah.
The stewardess going,
Control the protuberance.
Fasten your seatbelts for takeoff, yes?
Landing, everyone's mouths open really wide.
I'm sorry, I detracted us. The thing that I wanted to do, we were talking about is, I'm pretty sure I'm smart enough to know that this is used with like electrical energy, and I'm thinking rather than help this person, I have a javelin of lightning, and there's a keyhole.
A bold claim.
I'm gonna. And I think we had that shot of and Kara and I like look at it, and without saying anything, like we get the same picture, and we want to try that first.
So you're going to lightning this control panel.
Yeah, there's a keyhole in it, right? For a key.
Yes.
Yeah, that's where I'm going to target the spear.
Y'all are amazing.
You're about to murder this poor man.
Yeah, javelin and lightning. I'm going to overload whatever this is.
Does no one else?
Yes, Jesse?
Oh, say, like, no one's going to, like, counter this and be like, you could kill this person.
No, they're going to let him go upstairs and murder the shit out of you.
We think this is going to open the door.
Yeah. Okay, awesome.
Based on this, I'm ready to walk this back.
I have heat metal, so we could potentially just melt the entire lock and like try to see something through it.
Oh, it doesn't seem like a lock. It seems like a function thing, like
let's just
a
throw
protuberance
lightning at it, man.
Yeah,
lightning at protuberance.
It's at that moment that you hear this gong explosion from upstairs, and Aya and the Knight of Astafon have their exchange. Evil we destroy, lest evil we become. And he draws his sword and begins marching up the stairs. So if there was ever a time to give it a shot, Kairos, now is it.
This is my moment. I do it.
I attack with advantage.
Oh, okay. I will do that. But I will invoke the javelin's word to turn into lightning, right? Which I imagine is something like whatever the Greek or Macedonian word for storm is.
Totally.
Which I'll have to look up. Like Grom. I think it's Grom. I think Grom is that. I don't know.
Kellogg.
Kirkland.
Yes.
Man. Sarrek over here trying to be cool. Grom, he mutters before throwing this bolt of lightning. Yeah, you blast that thing in the keyhole. Wow! There's like
right in the keyhole
that just goes rocketing up the cable along the wall, up over through the ceiling, and then oh man, how the hell do I decide this? Like it shudders its way into the arcane contraption above. I'm gonna have the contraption make a saving throw. It's probably got like a +4 because it's a magical contraption.
Astropy.
That is definitely a fail on the saving throw. So yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you blast lightning into this contraption, this protuberance, and the lights from above like flicker and lightning arcs out across the ceiling. There's like a blue web of electricity running across the ceiling, and all of these like bulbs and crystal lenses and stuff just start popping one after another. Pow! Poof, pop, poof, poof.
Yeah.
Man.
Can we get a roll to see if he notices and goes back downstairs instead of coming to kill me, please?
That's exactly what I'm trying to decide right now, Jesse.
Thanks, pal.
I actually feel like what I know of this Knight of Astafon's motivations. Let's see. What did I write down?
He's like
for
in
him?
the next room. He barely made it out the room.
He did barely make it out of the room.
Thanks, suckers. It's hammer time for me, kids. Yeah.
Here are my notes. Here to guard the prisoner. Mostly lost to the shadow touch. Doesn't understand clearly. Easily distracted. So you hear footsteps turn around upstairs and the clunk of armor descending the stairs. However, all of these like popping crystals and everything from up above, all of a sudden Leander inside of the prison, he goes, thank the gods, you've lifted it. The oppression, the force of that device, my God, I feel so much better. Who the fuck are you? He holds out his hand where all of a sudden he has this rock in his hand again, and he whispers a word to it. And the word he whispers, for those of us who can hear, not the four of you in the world, but the rest of us listening along, is in fact Kellogg. And the rock in his hand turns into a ruby. He says, it's done. What do the three of you do?
Don't fall for it. Don't fall for it.
I just shout that everything's okay. Like, oh, oops, I dropped something.
My charm has fallen off, hasn't it? Or friends?
I don't think it's been a full minute.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna say, the prisoner tried to escape, but don't worry, I've got it. And then as I say this, I kick the prisoner in the shin. Like hard.
Okay, hang on. I need to. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Does he react? Like, shit.
He shouts, "Ow, that hurts!"
I got him. Don't worry.
Yeah. Totally. Give me a deception check with advantage. Of course.
Okay.
You hear the footsteps turning around upstairs. And he shouts down, "I am glad to have allies like you." And then you hear his clomping footsteps heading back up the stairs.
Good.
More time for us.
Cool.
I kick the prisoner again.
Yeah.
That's for
that's
running
good.
away last time, and that's
Why
for duping us for a ruby and giving us a rock instead. And I kick him like 3 more times.
Yeah, he says, "Ow, but I didn't know you. I don't know who you are."
I still don't know you, and I like knee him in the groin.
He's moved himself away from your abuses.
Oh, okay. I'm still trying to get at him, though.
Yeah, totally. You've got like arms reaching through the bars.
Tell us about the dark mirror.
He says, "Well, I don't see why I should. Perhaps you should get me out of here first."
We can't unless you tell us about the mirror.
Yeah. I put my spear to him, and I'm going to intimidate him, going like,
"Yeah,
I'm afraid you've mistaken us for people who have compassion. Now tell us how this mirror works."
I have compassion, but listen, there's zombies up there, and we can't help you unless we get through this way.
That is intimidate with disadvantage now, I believe.
I believe you walked back, Mike. You definitely did.
No, you still, but he.
I got a 5 now. That didn't work out. They like see you. All right. Bad cop doesn't work.
I was going to give you advantage for the help, but
it doesn't matter.
You still only roll a 7, so
I
yeah.
love my dice are...
that Agara immediately undermines you. You're like, "We'll kill you," and she's like, "Well, we might not kill you, but I think
that's going pretty far."
I'm just trying to reason with the guy. I don't know what works.
Yeah,
we don't know this guy. Maybe he appeals to that. Maybe he reacts well to threats of.
He crosses his arms. He says, "I know all about the Darkling Mirror. I could tell you anything you wanted to know, but I don't think I'm motivated to from here."
I'm gonna hit him with dissonant whispers.
God in heaven.
And I hope that I want the whispers to say, like, "These fools will never make it out of here. The guard will come back and he'll kill all of you, and you'll rot away in this cell forever." And just like
amazing.
Like this like harsh voice just like cuts in his brain. I want it to make it sound like it's his inner monologue.
Yeah, totally.
Wow.
Give me a roll that in chat.
Isn't that like a wisdom save for the guy?
Yeah, probably.
Isn't that yeah.
If he survives it, it's gonna do 18 damage. I'm sure he will.
DC 14 wisdom saving throw. Hang on, y'all are like doing crazy stuff that I didn't prepare for. I need to like duplicate a character.
He is old though, so you could have just shredded his sanity.
Like, not motivated. We just helped you. This is not fair.
You're too nice.
This is not reasonable conversation that we're having right now.
He's a man who turns stones into gems to trick people.
Yeah, he's kind of a.
He also managed to get captured
Sarek
twice.
type.
Yeah. He managed to get captured twice.
Yeah.
I don't like that a Sarek type implies that I would turn stones into gems.
You totally would.
I don't even know how to do that, so it's impossible.
All right, here's his wisdom saving throw.
Oh, he made it.
He got a 15, which means what? Half damage?
Half damage.
Yeah, so that's
and he doesn't
9.
run, I don't think. Yeah.
Yeah. He like puts a hand to his head. He says, you consort with dark creatures. What are you doing, abusing a poor old man stuck in a prison?"
Okay, you have a point.
Jesse.
Here's the thing, buddy. What I said is true. If you don't help us, we die in here because that dude's going to turn right back around. You're going to die in here too. Just because I did it in an evil way, don't make it not true, bro.
He frowns and he says, well, I have bad news for you. And now, Sarek, I want to hear what's going on with you.
I imagine
you hear the clomping of armor coming upstairs.
You also
heard this big like lightning crash from downstairs. You're still dazed. Give me another saving throw.
Which one?
It's a Constitution save.
Cool. Still out of it.
You're still dazed. You take another 5 damage from the psychic visions assaulting your mind.
Great.
And you hear the clomping of footsteps coming upstairs.
Wonderful. Do I have time to react as he's still coming up the stairs, or am I still on the ground? Yeah.
No, you have time to react. You pick yourself up. You dust yourself off.
Can I I want to go over to the notes where the hammer's at. Yeah. And sort of be like, well, that didn't go according to plan, pal, and like look at Amros, who's still just like on the floor.
I think Marshmallow's with you too.
Marshmallow is zipping around, probably like
look at this. It's amazing. It's like a little plop of goo.
Ooh, Glabdahamo. Pick it up.
Yeah. Can I read about what the notes say?
Yeah. So the one immediately next to the hammer reads, "Such fortune to discover such an artifact, and just before our efforts are complete, we must process it immediately after the ritual." And then, you could spend some time shifting through the other notes around. There's something about spell structure and arcane forces and the pinning of magical ley lines. It's all quite complicated.
Sure. Can I
clomp?
Can I detect whether that's good clomp or bad clomp?
Oh, it's definitely bad clomp. It's the kind of clomp that makes your skin crawl and your shoulders stand up.
Great. Okay, so this is a classic Sarek scenario. I gotta get myself out of trouble. So to Marshmallow, I'm like, all right, I need you to do a thing for me. Take this hammer and hide.
Awesome. Yeah, Marshmallow grabs the hammer in her little claw paws. She's a flying snake. She wraps her tail around it. And then she's like flapping her little wings as hard as she can, and there's like a huge heavy hammer hanging down underneath her, and she's about like 1 inch off the floor when the camera zooms out. She's like,
oh, for the love of God. Armoros, help Marshmallow, hide the hammer. The two of you, get out of sight.
Yeah, Armoros walks over to Marshmallow and takes one incredibly drooly jowl and just drools it on the end of the hammer, and then starts carrying it off over to one of the tables that's got books spilling off of it. There's a book held open, creating a little cave under there, and Marshmallow is like, I'm helping. The both of them make it under the table and into the shadow.
Yeah, and Sarek sort of looks down to where he got thrown to, and kind of replaces himself down there. Yes. And pretends to be like, oh, I've been knocked unconscious a little, right? And is waiting to see who comes up the stairs.
Yeah, so this terrifying figure silhouettes at the staircase, and you say out loud, "Oh, I've been knocked unconscious a little," and this man walks in. Let's see how do I describe this individual? Where did I put it? Oh my God, did I totally delete? No, wait. Not that one. I need the first class, not the third class.
He has a mask and it's angry.
Oh my God, I totally didn't save his thing. Yeah, he's got like an angry mask. He's got like these golden feathered angel wings on his back. He's wearing like half plate, I think, and he's got a massive great sword and a wicked looking like splintery looking shiv in the other hand. And he just stands there. Oh, there it is. Yeah, he's got a bronze cherub mask, an expression of laughter. He's wearing brilliant white burnished chainmail. Yeah, gilded wings stretched behind his back, and he effortlessly wields a great stone sword in one hand, and in the other, a longly, wickedly barbed, cruel-looking shiv with razor edges. He stands there looking down at you. What do you do, Jesse? You're trying to deceive, yes?
Very much. Yeah. I'm well, also, I don't know how much deceiving I'm doing since my mind is being assaulted and I was just on the floor unconscious.
Yeah.
But
roll a deception check with disadvantage.
Sure.
You got a 5.
Now, why do I have? Never mind. All right.
Perfect.
Yeah, you see that he's not fooled, and he starts clomping in your direction.
Yeah, and I stand up and I'm like, oh, thank God a Knight of Astafon is here. This room was ransacked. I was assaulted.
He clomps in your direction and like pulls back his shiv.
Yeah, I slowly back away. I'm like, what are you doing?
If you were meant to be here, you would know not to do that. And then he stabs at you.
I dodge out of the way.
No roll required.
0 roll.
Bad news.
Okay.
He hits you for 14 piercing damage as this shiv scrapes along the flesh of your ribs.
Let me see here. I have uncanny dodge.
Yeah.
When an attacker that you see can hit you, you can use a reaction to have the attack's damage against you. Super
cool. Yeah, so as a reaction, you just take half damage.
Hey, thank you very much.
7 damage instead of 14. Awesome. You can respond if you'd like, and then we'll swap back downstairs, see what's going on.
Yeah, I want to signal to Armoros and Marshmallow to run downstairs. To like go.
Wow, Jesse. Let's see. Yes, roll an animal handling check.
Why it gotta be animal handling? Why can't it be use your mouth check?
I mean, are you like
3?
yelling run downstairs?
Fly, you fools!
Yeah,
awesome.
I'm yelling. Yeah, I would imagine I'm yelling at them because they're across the room.
You yell, run downstairs, and just like this big bulldog head pokes out from under the table with just a hammer lengthways like a bone in its mouth and like drool draining off of each end of it. And then the Knight of Astafon looks over and he says, "You have associates."
Is he looking at them?
He's looking at them, but then he turns back to you and he's.
Can I shoot him in the face with an arrow before he looks back at me?
Well, you're engaged in melee, so you'd be at disadvantage.
Can I stab him? Can I stab him with my dagger while he's sneak attack? Plus, can I stab him with my dagger in the face?
You can stab him with your dagger, potentially in the face. You don't get sneak attack.
Okay, dagger.
Hey, nice, you hit.
Idiot.
For 5 damage.
He looked away for 1 minute.
4 damage.
Stabbed him in the face.
All right, let me see. I gotta like put this guy on the chart.
I don't know this guy. I don't know this dude.
Oh no, I don't even have a token set up. Terrible. It's the worst. Let's see.
This isn't the type of professional GMing I pay for.
That's true. In fact, it might be a good time to take a break.
What?
While we leave this devastating cliffhanger to entice you to return and not for any other reason.
That's a good GM.
There you go. What's up?
This is the type of professional GMing I pay for.
Let's go. Let's go to a 5-minute break. Let's stand up, get some water, go to the bathroom, and yeah. And he doesn't get sneak attack because you neither had advantage on him, nor did you have any allies within 5 feet of him. So that's why.
He gets the investigation thing, though, to do it. But
maybe he didn't do it.
But I didn't do it.
He didn't do it, though. He didn't do it.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Yes. All right. Awesome. Back to you, Jesse.
All right, we'll be back. Hang tight. We'll see you guys in 5. Boop. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Sunfall Cycle. No one heard you singing, Steven. Don't worry.
Oh,
disappointing.
No.
Except for us.
good.
We heard.
Guys,
good.
I have a question for chat. What do you guys do when you are hit with sudden existential dread?
Let's share our millennial coping strategies.
I take a break with a Kit Kat that I bought for a great deal
Kirkland's signature Kit
at
Kat.
Costco.
I take a break with the Ardbeg Uigadol in a Lafroy single malt whiskey glass.
What the
Did you
hell
also
did you just
procure
say?
that from Costco?
You self-medicate to weather the storm of late capitalism.
Everything comes from Costco, even us.
Yeah, you can pick up 3 Brits for
The
buy
price of one.
yeah, buy 1
That's
Brit, get
cheap.
1 Brit free.
Buy 3, get 3 more. However many you want.
I like anything else's suggestion of
We're
putting
overstocked. No
They
one's
all
buying.
think they're Brits. It's crazy.
putting uwu in my username. I could just become Silent Uwu Cyrus.
I would prefer you did not.
Oh my god. He said drink. Drink is a big answer in chat here.
Now I'm tempted.
Ooh, a bath? That's a good
Well,
idea.
drinks worked for
Cats.
centuries. So it worked for my grandfather and it worked for his grandfather,
yeah.
and by God, it'll still work.
It'll work for my grandfather before me.
Yep.
Video games? Totally. These are good answers, guys.
Yeah, I
Playing
escape into
people.
role-playing games.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, role-playing games for sure.
Yeah, flaying people in roleplay.
Hmm?
Not like actually.
I
Well, I mean,
structure role-playing games where I have complete control because I create
Don't have
the
control.
universe. Yeah, exactly.
What?
I heard that.
My, Jesse, what unmarred flesh you have.
It'd be a shame if something were to mar it.
Oh man. A walk in the woods? That's a good one too.
Joe is so weird.
All right. I guess we should show everyone what the oop was. There we go.
Ta-da.
Hold on, let me move the screen so that we got some.
Yeah. When are you gonna make like the spinny like Batman Sunfall Cycle logo transition?
And then we need all the sound effects and the graphics to pop up when we're fighting someone.
Pow.
Kapow!
Yeah.
Blammo!
But it's just us doing the sound effect noises.
Yeah.
So I'm running
Kate.
I'm running an IRL game of Invisible Sun, which is from Monty Cook Games, about playing powerful magic users in like an alternate reality 1920s New York City where magic is everywhere. And it's like surreal fantasy. So one of the librarians that they just met in the most recent session, like she basically has sound effects like Into the Spider-Verse. Like as she speaks, she has like the words form behind her, and as she walks, her heels like make little click words pop up behind her. Yeah,
That's cute.
That's cool.
it's super good.
Aw.
Oh, I
Surrealism.
watch a lot of the Sunfall Cycle. That's nice.
Hell yeah!
I hope I can save just one person from a moment of existential dread. That takes away my existential dread. It gives me
We-
purpose.
That was
We
pretty
play a
fucking
show
awesome.
about relentless attempts to correct a seemingly impossible problem as a way of
Don't
escaping.
ruin it!
The themes of this show are
Oh,
not
no.
subtle.
Great. Now Sosine hates his life again. I hope you're happy. God.
All right, so as you can see, I pulled out this pre-crafted token that I had created before because I'm a very professional game master. And Jesse stabbed him in the chest for 4 points of damage. You can maybe see here, just one little tiny sliver there at the very end. Wonderful. Good. So I think we were going to look at what the others of you downstairs were up to.
Okay. Well, I was getting nowhere with my intimidation, so I think it's up to either Aya or Britt.
Right. He said, you're not going to like this. And he says, crap, where are my prep notes? There we go. Yes, he says, well, yes, I can tell you about the Darkling Mirror. If you get me out of here, then yes. But you see, though I know the spells and arcane equations necessary to traverse the mirror, it would take me quite a while to research the artifice needed to craft a key object, and I can't do that from in here. I need my book at the very least, if not the rest of my possessions.
Where are those?
He says, well, my possessions are likely upstairs. When these goons caught me and locked me away, they talked about taking my belongings up to the reliquary, wherever that is. However, to get me out of here, you're going to need the key. And where do you think that is?
Your stuff, which is upstairs, where the big scary man went. So why don't we just keep you in here?
I don't think you have much choice, do you?
Oh, we have plenty of choices. Thank you for telling us exactly where your stuff is. Now I'll just go, take your book, and craft a key myself, and you can rot in the cell because I hate you.
Oh, yes, you'll take my book, learn all the secrets, craft the key yourself, please. By all means, go.
Yeah,
go.
I will.
You'll be back.
And then they broke up. The end.
Should we go upstairs?
Is this person really this flippant with us? Because like Aya's got that awesome raven cloak thing. I have that weird meteor spear. Like, we're not people who, we don't trifle.
Yeah, you don't look like scrubs anymore.
Yeah, and they don't, and this fella just doesn't even care.
He does not.
Okay.
Do you want to give an intuition check? Insight?
He's
you see where I got this spear? I don't know.
You want to know how I got this spear?
Like, no, I'm fine with it. If he just wants to be flippant with it, let's just keep it moving.
Yeah, he's flippant. He's not terribly bothered. Awesome. Yeah. So what's y'all's move now?
We're probably gonna go upstairs, right?
Yeah, we go get his book, and then if I can't figure it out, we let him out. But
as soon as we decide to go upstairs, I start sprinting and taking them like 2 by 2 and be like, Sarek, I'm sorry.
Especially because we don't know if we let him out that he's not just gonna escape again, because he does that.
The way, I might say something like, the way he dismissed us. Perhaps he's more powerful than he appears. Maybe he'd be useful back in camp.
That or he's a really good bluffer. Do you just believe everything everyone tells you? Yes, you do. Come on, Kairos, let's go.
Awesome. And it's about that time that you hear, Arboros, Marshmallow, go take the hammer.
No.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, Sarek, I need you to roll initiative, and I will also roll initiative.
We're not getting the bonfire.
That makes sense.
Okay.
All right. So I'm assuming that y'all are like sprinting flat out as fast as the three of you can go.
My athletics is crap, but I'm trying.
It's going to be that you all will come on the scene after this round, and then we'll have the three of you roll initiative. So first, the Knight of Astafon gets to act.
Okay.
Yes.
Real quick though, like if we know we're going to be fighting, and we know that at the end of this fight, the world ends, regardless of the outcome of this fight.
Yes.
Can we just skip to the end of the fight? Is that possible? Because it's technically, I don't know, unless there's like a way we can get him to surrender and talk. Like,
no,
I'm saying,
if he dies, then
he
he just stays dead.
So there's like
there is something at stake. Okay.
There's like important things here. There's, do you get the hammer? Because if he just like straight up kills all of you, then no.
Then no. Okay, so there's things at stake, Stephen.
Do you find the book, which you could take a look for? There's something else at stake that none of you are aware of yet, but you will know as soon as the fight is concluded.
Got it.
Yes, there's stuff that's at stake.
Okay.
Okay.
Never mind. Then. Sorry about that.
Let's see. No, that's a very reasonable question. Yeah. You know, this is actually cool. I'm gonna play this a little bit differently.
Should the rest of us be rolling initiative? No, then we're coming next turn.
We're gonna bring you onto the scene next.
Just next turn. Understood.
Okay.
Steven, between you and me under the table, I will give you a Reese's peanut butter cup if you give me a hint on where the book is. Just saying.
Oh well.
One right here.
I'm an easy man to bribe when the Reese's are involved.
The offer's there. The offer's there. That's all.
Okay, no, he's not going to attack you. Instead, he steps back, and he like puts a hand to he like sheathes his shiv, and he puts a hand to his laughing forehead, and he begins speaking an invocation.
Invocations.
Muster once per day. The Knight of Astafon First Class attempts a magical summoning. The knight chooses whether to summon 1 first class, 2 second class, or 3 third class knights. The summoning has a 30% chance of success. Summoned knight appears in an unoccupied space within 60 feet of its summoner, acts as an ally of its summoner, and can't summon other knights. It remains for 1 minute until it or its summoner dies, or until its summoner dismisses it as an action. I think he is calling out to his sister in arms, another Knight of Astafon First Class. I will roll 1d100, and if I roll a 30 or below, that's a success. Oh!
Gotcha, you
She
big
left
dummy.
him on red.
You left him on red. That's what happens. He takes his hand away from his mask and he looks at you with like a burning fury in his eyes, Sarek. And his clear eyes turn to shadow. And it's your turn.
Okay, yeah, I want to do insightful fighting and to get a sneak attack on this fool.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah, I guess that would be using insight, I guess.
Yeah, it's insight. It's your insight versus his deception.
Bop.
Oh man.
Look, some days rolls aren't going to be great.
I feel like your insightful fighting and insightful whatevers have just not worked out well for you.
Look, roll 20 is
yes. Eric Vulgaris is hacked roll 20.
Hacked roll 20.
You can't get a read on this guy. You're not sure what he's going to do. And so it's up to just your muscles here.
I'm still close to him or no?
Yes.
I want to cunning action, bonus action disengage. Like, or can I take a dash and back off? I guess I don't want to disengage.
You would disengage so you don't get an attack of opportunity, move away, and then you can make your ranged attacks.
Yeah, that is exactly what I'm looking for.
Cool. Yep.
Yeah.
You step away.
So I go across the room. I want to get between me and the doggo.
The doggo and Marshmallow are both heading down the stairs.
Great. Yeah, I want to make sure that I guess I will be close to the stairs then, and then I'll pop off a shot on this dude.
Awesome. Boop. Nailed him. So this is just normal damage, not sneak attack, but hey. 9 is nothing to shake a stick at. Awesome. So top of the new round, Wood and Kara, Kairos, and Aya, please all roll for initiative.
Do I hear them coming up the stairs?
Yes.
Like,
you hear them.
Yeah, I'm shouting.
Cool.
Fucking great.
I'm sorry.
There's
like visions of you, like with like way back in the day with your notebook, and you're showing me drawings that you did, and I'm just like, I can't believe I betrayed him this way.
You know what? The next drawing is gonna be so unflattering. Just you wait.
Amazing. All right, Aya, you burst through the door at the top, and oh man, like just the overwhelming stench of arcanery fills your nostrils. Please make an Arcana check. You succeed. You push away the visions of the fractal creatures and the living equations and clear your mind. And now you are
You just
fine.
hear eyes say like, smells like sex in here.
What do you do when you burst on the scene?
Has he seen me?
No, his back is to you.
Yeah, I'm facing the.
So it's like you're coming up the stairs, you see Sarrek's back. There's an arrow sticking out of the back of the Knight of Astafon.
Good
who
description.
hasn't yet turned to the stairs.
So like, quick survey.
Mhm.
Do I see where they may potentially put confiscated items in this room? Like, is there like a chest, like a Skyrim chest, where it's
Like a lost and
where all the
found?
prisoner?
Yeah.
goes?
Give me a perception check. Let's see what you notice on scanning
Like
the
that
room.
box they had in high school if you figure out your gym clothes.
You can't get a good read. There's just like books everywhere. Now, like, you're a person who appreciates a good book, Aya. There's some juicy stuff here, but you don't have time at the moment to really sift through it.
No. Okay. So instead, he's like, he's not on top of Sarek.
No, he's like 20 feet away in the middle of the room. Sarek's closer to the staircase.
Okay. At this point, his eyes are black, so there's no reason to like reason with him.
It's true.
There is a dog and a little guy with a hammer right next to me as well.
Oh yeah, Marshmallow. Okay. I'm gonna like telepathically tell Marshmallow to bring. Do I see that she's like holding an artifact?
No, Armoros is.
Oh, Armros is holding the artifact.
He's walking down the
Okay.
stairs with this like bone in his mouth, but it's glowing silver.
Okay. In that case, I'm probably gonna tell Marshmallow to grab the biggest, most interesting book she can find and hide or run. And
Awesome.
I'm
She
gonna.
barely lift the hammer. Here we go.
It's fine. And then I'm like actually super hurting here, which is scary. No. Sorry, I'm trying to debate which spell I want to use.
You're super hurting?
We both are super hurting, but I can kind of heal. So
I actually just wrote a reply to someone who was like, "Hey, how do you like the like bonfire reset mechanics of Sunfall Cycle?" And I was like, "I actually think it's really cool because I get to see way more circumstances where the players are like down to their last dregs of power and trying to like cleverly eke it out. So I'm really excited with this."
Does Vampiric Touch only work on like melee hits, right? Yeah, melee spell attack. Okay.
Yeah.
So is he a decent distance away from Sarek?
I said like maybe 20 feet, so like one solid move action away.
Okay, perfect. I'm gonna cast Hunger of Hadar on him.
Killer.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm gonna just
Hunger
cast
of
that
Hadar.
in a 20 little foot sphere centered on him.
Can you drop the spell into chat?
Yeah, if I could figure out how to. Oh, I think I just changed the output to spell card, right?
Yeah.
Bam, 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 bam. There we go.
Hunger of Hadar. You open a gateway to the dark between the stars. 20-foot sphere of blackness and bitter cold. Void is filled with cacophony. No light, magical or otherwise, can illuminate it. Any creature that starts its turn in the area takes 2d6 damage. Any creature that ends its turn in the area must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or take 2d6 acid damage as milky, otherworldly tentacles rub against it.
It's very on brand for me.
It's very on brand.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. Okay, so you cast this 20-foot radius sphere, and like basically immediately in front of immediately in front of Sarek to the other side of the room. There's just this void sphere that appears. Fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
We totally skipped the Knight of Astafon. That's okay.
That's fine.
He was baffled by what had just happened. And Kara, it's your turn.
8 damage. Wait, or is that
Sorry?
later?
That would be at the start of his turn.
Okay.
And we are not within that area.
Correct.
Right?
You've just run into the room in Kara.
Okay.
But there is a sphere of darkness that you can't see into.
I'll buy some time.
What's the best move here? I'm trying to. I was like, now, okay, so I have to do something kind of far away. Maybe
you can
I'll
also
just
take a look. Sorry, you have a little bit of space. You could also even just like take a look around at some of these books and things.
Yeah, that would be good. Can I do that?
Awesome.
Yeah,
totally.
Investigation.
Given that you have like space and time to like think, I'm not even gonna ask for a roll. You can just like sort of wander around the edge, perusing books. There's a lot of stuff in here. It looks like there's just tons of sort of like lots of research information and books and just random stuff. The topics seem to focus around what you see just like within your immediate vision on history, necromancy, dragons and dragonkin, ancient gods. Those are the sorts of things that you see nearby.
Okay.
You don't have enough time to like open any and like actually read any and glean information, but you can tell that there's a lot of potential knowledge to be gained here.
Okay, cool. I think what I want to do is cast heat metal on him because he has a knight with metal on his body, correct?
It is correct, but do you need line of sight for that?
Let's see. 1 action range, concentration. Yeah. So I can't see him.
No. But you know, give me an intellect saving throw. I'm gonna let you work this one out.
Okay.
I have an entertaining and winning move, but I'm gonna let you.
What?
Yeah.
Oh man, guys, what do I do?
There's something cool you could do with your abilities.
With my abilities?
Wouldn't you root him like where he's at, and then he just gets stuck in the tentacles?
I don't have that one prepared. I keep changing when I'm preparing because I'm trying to like prepare the right ones, and it's always like a crapshoot. What is your objective of what you want to do?
I
just want to cause damage to him. Okay. The other thing I could do is, am I able to reach Sarek? Because I could heal you as well.
I'm right at the stairs. Like when you come up, I'm gonna be right there.
Oh, you're right there. Do you need healing, right?
When I get that feeling. Yes.
Okay. Why don't I heal you now, and then we'll plan attack as we go, because that seems more important, so you don't die. Okay. So I'll cast Cure Wounds on you. Touch, action, instant. 1d8 plus 3 for you.
Are you casting it as a first level spell?
Yes.
Okay.
Heal me.
I set 2,
oh, heal me. I'm still in musical mode. I just want a bear to heal me.
West Side Tower.
Does he roll that, or do I roll that?
And suddenly I see.
I would have you roll that in Kara.
Bear
Let's
in
do
front
it
of
second
me.
level. I'll do 2d8 plus 3.
Cool.
17.
Woo!
Damn.
Bringing it back. I told you I was coming to help you.
Thank you.
Boom. Nailed it.
You're going to get the nicest drawing.
Yeah, fantastic. Okay, Sarek, it's your turn. You've just had your vigor restored.
Yeah, Sarek looks at the group and is just like, I assume this was you. Oh, and then just like, is frustrated but happy to see his friends. And I want to shoot this guy again. And I assume, who's he focused on? Can I get a sneak attack?
He's in the middle of this sphere of blackness. You can't see him, so that gives you a heavy disadvantage to trying to shoot him. But also you can't tell who he's focused on.
Okay, then
Oh, there's one thing that we forgot to do at the start of the session that we should do now, which is we should roll for your volatile potions of fly and invisibility. So Jesse, it was you who took those, right?
I did.
Please roll 1d6 for each potion.
Am I gonna fly invisibly? Oh my god.
Okay, fly is good. And so is your potion of invisibility. Neither of them have decayed down to a 1d4. So
Thank you.
both of them are still intact. So yeah, what do you want to do with your moment of safety?
Let me write down a note that I have to roll for those in the future so I remember. So can I use my I don't think I can use eye for detail on this, where I can decipher clues about where he may be in there.
No.
What about insightful fighting and oh, it isn't incapacitated. I assume it's incapacitated because it's in blackness.
No, it is not. It's not incapacitated, but also you can't see it to like get an insight as to his fighting style.
Screw it. I'm gonna shoot in there. I don't
All
care.
right. You're at disadvantage. Yeah, you know, you fire an arrow in there and it disintegrates before it hits the other side, so you don't know if it actually did anything.
Okay.
Kairos.
Awesome. I'm pulling up my actual spear, the spear that I always forget that I have.
Yep.
And I don't think I can charge him from this range, right?
So like you could definitely run at him and get into contact with him. Of course, you'd be entering that sphere of cold, inky void blackness.
Yeah. I mean, doesn't sound too bad. I don't know. How would we all rather me not do that and me just bless instead? Do we have range attacks?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Never mind. All right. On second thought, I'm not going rushing into the void.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna bless. I'm gonna bless up everybody. So everyone but myself.
Cool.
Boop.
So that's
so
plus D4 to like attacks or saving throws. Awesome. All right.
And
Nice.
Then out of Astafon goes Aya. Please roll your damage for Hunger of Hadar.
damage.
Oh, wait. Can I just change this back to attack and then roll it? I bet you.
Yeah, I think so.
Bam. Okay.
Boom. Okay, so he takes 6 cold damage, which is about average. And yeah, so let me think. I'm going to roll a d4. 1 is in the direction of the stairway where the 4 of you are now located. 2 is to the right, 3 is opposite, 4 is to the left. He's been a little turned around. Yeah, so you see him come running out of the surface of this sphere that's sort of hovering in the middle of the room, off on the left of the room, and then he turns and he goes running in your direction. I think he sees you first, Kairos, as the target of his attentions.
Bring it on.
He runs in your direction, and yeah, awesome. When he runs up to you, he shouts a single great word in the speech of angels.
In the speech
and each of you, in the speech of angels, and each of you must make a DC 14 Constitution saving throw or be stunned until this knight's next turn.
Remember, everyone gets a +1 to this who's within 10 feet of me.
Killer.
Oh,
and a plus 1d4.
And everyone gets a +1d4 to it.
Yep.
Ah!
So Sarek fails, but the others of you do succeed. So the 3 of you are fine. That's it for his turn. Aya, your turn.
So he's standing between me. Okay, I'm gonna just Hail Mary this and see what happens. Well, yeah, because he's okay. Oh, sorry, I'm like really thinking here. I'm really racking my brains. I haven't used the spell in a while. I think I'm gonna try to hit him with infestation, see if I can drive him back into the void.
Killer.
So, but I'm pretty sure his constitution's really high, so I don't know how that'll work.
So let's see. Infestation. The target must succeed on a Constitution saving throw, or it takes 1d6 poison damage and moves 5 feet in a random direction. Killer. Yeah. All right. Awesome. Let's see his Constitution saving throw.
Probably really high.
Ooh, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
Ooh.
Okay.
So he just bats off. Let's just say
Also,
I pull the only bug I have on me, and it's like a forest grub.
Yeah.
Because we were just in the forest, and
It's
so
like fat and happy, like
yeah, and so there's just a sea of fat, happy grubs that attack him, and he's just like,
just like brushes them aside with his huge greatsword. And Kara.
What
well, now that I can see him, let's toast him up. Let's make him toasty.
Oh yeah.
Cast heat metal. Choose a metal object, heavy suit of armor that you can see.
His chainmail
Glows red hot. Any creature in physical contact with the object takes 2d8 fire damage when you cast the spell until the spell ends. You can use a bonus action on each of my subsequent turns to cause the damage again.
Wow.
So my question is,
killer.
can I keep causing him damage on my turns since I've already cast it, even if he goes back into the void?
Yeah, absolutely.
Sick.
Yes. All right, you cast it, so roll 2d8. He takes 2d8 fire damage.
Oops, 2d89 is not.
Well, I mean,
118. That's good roll.
That's
That's
one
really
way
good.
to tackle it.
Oh, 3.
Minus 3.
Oh
Okay.
man, that's so bad.
That was
Less than I did.
It'll
kicking
hold
our
on.
ass.
Bless
We'll keep melting him.
the dice. All right, Sarek, you're the one who's stunned, right?
Yep. So I'm just.
Yeah. We skip over Sarek. Kairos, he's right next to you.
Hell yeah. Attacking twice with the spear. Attacking first one. Attacking
Biff,
second
boof.
one.
Nailed him on both for 7 damage and 9 damage.
No.
No?
Total. Each of those I add both of those. So that's 13 and 14 because the spear does an additional cold damage.
Whoa, shit.
Nice.
Does 1d6
That's
plus
right.
strength
This
plus
is
1d6
the-
cold damage. This is the heat.
the frost spear.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the one you got from the warlock.
Yeah.
Right?
No,
Summoning spear.
Yeah, the warlock supplement. Yeah, the one in the tower gate tower.
Mhm.
The gate
Yeah,
tower.
so that's 6 plus 7 is 13 and 9 plus 5 is 14 for a total of what, 20?
Oh, sorry. 13, 27. Yeah.
Yeah, 27. Damn. Killer. All right, the Knight of
That's better.
Astafon, you see like the uncertainty in his eyes now. He looks at you and he says, enough of this. Let's see. Yeah, I don't think he's going to do that. I think he's ready for like dishing the pain. He's going to multi-attack at you.
Sure.
Kairos. So great sword, wicked shiv,
That'll hit.
wicked
Miss.
shiv. So the first one hits,
2 hits.
dealing you 8 slashing damage. And then one of those wicked shivs hits, dealing you 9 piercing damage.
Okay, I maintain bless, and I take 17 points of damage.
Yep. Awesome. That's it for him. Aya.
Okay. I was kind of hoping to keep him in that circle a little bit longer. I have nothing. All my spell slots are spent.
Is your thing, is infestation a spell or is it a cantrip?
It's a cantrip. I could try it again, but his constitution is so high that I just don't see.
You don't have
I
the
could
warlock
use-
thing that pushes people back with the Arctic Blast, do you?
No, I took the other one. I took agonizing blast.
Yeah, totally. That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, so I can hurt him pretty hard, I think maybe.
Yeah.
But the other thing I could do, well, the thing is, I have it marked down to where I have 0 spell slots. I could hit him with Dissonant Whispers because I believe he's between me and the circle.
Yeah.
So I could do that, but on my sheet I have it written down as 0. But I think I only used Dissonant Whispers, Hunger of Hadar, right?
Yes.
Used it, yeah.
So where's the?
Today.
What I have 3 slots, so I should have one more, but I have it marked down to where
I think you used it beforehand against some knights in the woods or something.
Oh.
But then I don't know, but did we rest since then? Because you get them in the short rest?
We
I don't
did
remember.
take a rest, but I don't know that it was a.
I regain on short rest.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
So we short rested
I know we took a short rest
in the
in the
tower.
woods.
Or
We
in the
took
woods.
a short rest right before we walked into this tower.
Yeah, and then you ran into the tower. I think you have 3 spell slots.
Oh, in that case, I'll hit him with Dissonant Whispers.
Do it to
His
it.
Wisdom's is probably a little bit lower than his Constitution. It's worth a shot.
Kairos, please heal yourself for 9 piercing damage because he only gets 1 greatsword and 1 shiv, not 2 shivs.
Woohoo!
Cool. All right, awesome. DC 14 Wisdom saving throw. Let's check it out. Book 4 takes 3d6 psychic damage, so that's a total of 12.
Yep.
And he runs as far away from you as he can.
George Michael's Careless Whispers is playing. Only it's Dissonant Whispers.
Yeah, it's just a creepier off.
Yeah,
note, like,
It's a kazoo.
Yeah.
It's slightly off. Just
Oh my god.
and he runs.
Amazing.
God, you have that. Oh my god.
Yeah. And
It hurts. It hurts.
Bronze,
Just
you are
check.
on point today with like the music background.
Have
for
you
the
ever,
It's
like-
impressive.
videos.
I
This is
finally
why
know
we
what
pay
love
Bronze the
is.
big bucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, so
Come
someone
by my
asked in
stream
chat.
anytime. We're sponsored by Kirkland Signature, and it's a variety show.
Kirkland signature
Just like
kazoos.
as varied as our trail mix.
As varied as our trail mix.
So
So someone in chat asked if friends cost a spell slot, which it does not. It's a cantrip. So Aya's got 3 spells, so this was the 3rd spell. Now, of course, Dissonant Whispers also says the creature does not move into obviously dangerous ground, which the spinning vortex of darkness is. And also it moves as far away from you as its speed allows, which would move it outside of the sphere again anyway. So he just runs around the sphere away from it. But he takes that
he
spell
does
attack
check.
of
trigger-
opportunity.
I was gonna say he does trigger an op attack.
Yeah. Did I reduce his HP already? I don't think I did. Minus 12. Bang.
I don't know if a 16 works.
A 16 does work. Nailed him
for another 13.
Woo.
Killer. All right. And Kara, this
Yeah.
guy went running around the sphere. He's not currently in your line of sight, but you can just use your bonus action to deal your 2d8 fire damage. Boom.
I mean, can I still try to shoot my short bow at him anyway if I can't see him and just take?
So you could either run around the sphere following him and then shoot at him. You could take a pot shot, which would probably miss, and just shoot at him from where you are.
I'll just.
Sorry, my sphere's kind of terrible right now.
I'll roll the damage.
Okay.
Whoops. There we go.
Nice. Big old 10. He's still out there somewhere, his burning armor
guys.
searing into his flesh. Do you want to go and take your attack now?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't
That was
know
a bonus
what-
action.
I
You
know.
can-
I'm just like trying to it's concentration, so I can't cast any other spells.
But you can move into line of sight and
I
shoot
can
him.
move. Yeah, I guess I'll just do that. He's almost dead.
It's true. He's harmless. Nailed him. Roll your damage.
Let's say he's harmless. Whoa.
Well, he's almost dead, guys. Just
Kill
finish
her.
him.
All right,
Finish
Sarek.
him.
It's your turn.
I love the idea that he's burning and he's also the kazoo music is playing and he's just running in circles around.
Do I have line
Good
of sight on
dots.
this guy as he's running
More
around?
dots.
You do not have line of sight on this guy. You'd have to follow around behind Enkara in order to be able to see him.
Yeah, I'd like to use a dash to do that,
Cool.
and then I'll take a shot at him as he's running around like a crazy person.
Killer. Nailed him. For 12 piercing damage.
End him.
He is dead. He falls to the floor on his face, dead. Blap. You see something sparkling on his belt.
Is it blue?
What a dummy.
What a dummy.
I pick up the sparkling thing.
Get it.
You walk over, you pick up the sparkling thing. It is an ornate key. And then you hear this roaring fill the air outside.
Oh, come
Then
on.
No!
The sound of the
Can I
roaring
hide in my
fades.
dimensional rift? Technically, it's between the stars.
You just jump into the stars and then that's where you hang out.
Yeah, and then maybe when I step out, everything will be the same. You never know.
It just, you get that part of Interstellar when you're like in the black hole.
Mhm.
Just
You can push on some books to like leave yourself Morse code messages in the past about how much you love yourself.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Positive affirmations.
And then you see like little vignettes of us talking shit about you. Like, man, she sucked.
I was just the worst.
The worst. I hated her so much.
I wouldn't say that.
Well, you did to me multiple times. And then we all just looked to camera. Remember when you said that?
Cut to camera. All right, fantastic. So the rushing sound of the sun destroying the world is replaced by the pleasant whispering sound of winds in grasses and the sonorous voice of Saloon, her pink curled hair, saying, "Welcome. It's so good to see you.
God damn it,
Look, it's
not
been a
now,
long
Saloon.
time."
Yeah, I scramble and like kind of ignore Saloon and look around to see if we brought the hammer with us.
There's Armoros sitting in the grass, droopy jowls and all, and a hammer in his mouth.
Ooh-wee. All right.
And Marshmallow then, right? Oh,
Yes,
God.
Marshmallow
Aw.
is with you. And Sarek, you still have this key that was on. Oh, sorry,
Kairos.
You still
Yeah.
have this key that was on the belt of this knight of Astafon.
I pry the hammer out of like, you know, one of those like doggo things. So I'm like, give me that hammer. Give me that hammer.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah. You end up dragging Armoros with you for a little while.
Yeah, I go to our blacksmith and I want to see
Yeah.
what the hell. I'm like, do you know what this is?
He looks at it. Do any of you remember his name?
Blacksmith?
Yeah, Smithy?
Smith Black.
Jared? Greg?
I just remembered his name is
Toby?
Deether Caldera.
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 I was so close.
Caldera. Yeah, Caldera.
Right. What was his name?
Right,
again?
of course. Deether
He's in there
Caldera.
like hammering on some piece of armor.
We can call
and he
him
looks up
DD
as you
for
enter.
short.
And like Tim from inside of the furnace burbles out. He says,
Hello, welcome, friends.
Deether says, "Tim, calm yourself. This work requires care."
Yeah, shut up, Tim. And I go over to Deether.
Yeah, and you hand him the hammer.
Mm-hmm. Like, what do you make
He
of
says-
this?
And he picks it up and he holds it in his hand and he hefts it. He says, "This is something truly special."
As in?
And he thinks about it for a second and he says, "It is singing. Can you not hear it?"
No.
No.
He
No,
pauses and he
DD.
says, "It sings to me. It sings to me of the universe, of the ley lines that sweep beneath the earth, that tie the worlds together, the warp and weft of magic."
No, that was just Careless Whisper on Kazoo. That was a while ago. And I promise you, it doesn't have any of that meaning. It just,
It whispers to me carelessly. He says, "Yes, I see now. I can grab these strands of magic, forge them into the items you bring me. I believe if I had a little help, I could craft you powerful and complex items of power."
What kind of help do you require? Like, say, an assistant?
"No, someone much more irritating than that."
Oh, we have Marshmallow, if that will do.
He says, "No, someone much more knowledgeable than that."
Well,
A
I don't
wizard.
know anyone who could be like
Ouch.
that. I went upstairs. And I just
Oh,
sort of like, derp, derp,
God.
derp.
Ah!
A wizard of great power could guide my strikes and help me.
Does this
forge for
wizard
you.
of great power by chance like playing pranks on people by turning a stone into a ruby?
Is his name Leander?
His face is just blank. He's like, I don't know.
Oh,
A
thank
wizard.
God.
I just mean like a general
Any wizard.
Like
Any wizard.
Any wizard would be fine.
But they have to be annoying and
Do you know that
imprisoned.
wizard? He says, however, that being said, I could forge you simple items now.
Like what?
Items of simple protection. Some sort of
Like from
guard against
poison?
the element or poison, perhaps. Yes, if you brought me a sample.
Wait, you could hammer a poison?
No, I could hammer a protection against poison into a ring if you brought me both a ring and a sample of poison.
What about flying or invisibility? Hold on. I have plenty of stuff here.
He laughs. He says.
He says poison, and Sarrek's like, oh, hold on. I pull out the signet ring that I've had on me this entire time, and the 2 deadly poison darts that I've had on me. Make me that ring, you son of a bitch. And I like put it down on the table, like, give me that ring.
He pauses and he says, this can be done, but the magics, they demand a sacrifice.
We got marshmallow. We'll do what needs to be
We
done.
do.
I thought you were gonna go with
I
I pull
can
out
just
this
make
ring and
another
Brett
one.
Michaels.
He says, for an item of this make, it will cost you 500 gold pieces.
500 gold pieces? Why, I have that.
Yes, you do.
What if instead I just give you 50 platinum pieces?
He says, it's about the absolute value of the material being sacrificed to the magic. It doesn't matter whether you give it to me in platinum or copper or electrum or gold.
It's crazy. I have all this gold and how did I get all this platinum? Where'd that come from? Here you go. Like,
You just plunk it down. He picks it up. There's like a Monster Hunter World type cutscene where he's like, foosh, foosh. And Tim is like, yes. And then bang, bang, bang. It's like a series of cats in the background that go, yay.
yeah.
And then he presents to you a signet ring of House Bashaw with resistance to poison ingrained within it.
I like toss the other poison dart to, I don't know, anyone who wants it. I'm like, get in on this. Bink.
Does the protection grant immunity or advantage against
Resistance.
Resistance to it? Okay.
So it halves damage from poison.
Yeah.
My poison resist ring. Boop.
I feel like Aya probably should do it.
I don't have a ring. No one liked it, so no one put a ring on it. So now I got nothing. Your mom gave you that ring, so stop acting like you're so special, Sarek.
First off, stole that shit. Don't care.
Do I have a ring? Maybe I can't remember what I put in my little chest where I keep my stuff that we have gotten.
Oh, yeah. I don't think you had a ring.
I don't
in
think
there,
I have a ring.
But I don't
I'm
remember.
gonna write down what I got in there.
Let's take a look at like
Wrote
inventories
somewhere.
and stuff.
Yeah,
No.
no.
I
Just
actually
a
have-
letter
yeah.
and
Yeah,
random things, but nothing.
I do have still
I
in
have
my
a proper
inventory, if anyone cares, I have a bloodstone, a quartz, and a zircon for some reason. I guess I stole it. Boy, I take things. I got a problem.
You take a lot of stuff.
I do.
You're
Wow.
klepto.
In all fairness, you could probably go buy a gold ring from
Maine.
Yeah.
Maine for 50 gold.
By the way, my poison ring does that move from being trivial into an actual thing, or is that just
That's equipped. It's on your hand, so it's like hand slot 1, right?
Gotcha.
Oh,
It's-
Chad
it's-
said we
it's-
took 2 rings off the corpse in the tree.
You totally did not. You in
Oh!
fact left them. You were
We
so
left them!
so far. Y'all have been like,
We leave
oh,
a
here's
lot
a
of
treasure
stuff.
chest containing
Yeah.
3,000 gold pieces. We don't need gold. I'm gonna dump it in the middle of this place. Oh, gold rings. Who needs that shit? Let's get. I'm just like, oh my god, they're just like leaving all this shit behind.
Oh no. Well, we'll just go buy one.
Amazing.
See, we don't need it because we can go get one.
It's so true.
It's fine.
Okay, so I'll buy a ring and I'll
Killer.
subtract that.
Yeah.
And then it's just what, 50 platinum?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, I'll take the second ring.
Killer. Yeah. Bang, bang, bang. Wee, yay. Ring of poison resistance.
Nice.
Fantastic. Yeah, and of course you guys can come back like basically right now, like you can craft just about any super simple magic item. As soon as we start getting to like +1, +2 weapons and stuff like that, that's when you start needing like another mage on hand to like guide the crafting process. And that's probably going to turn into a clock, which will be completed over a period of time.
Clock? You mean like the mechanic from John Harper's acclaimed RPG, Blades in the Dark?
Indeed, as inspired by Vincent Lumpley's acclaimed RPG, Apocalypse World.
Clocks in the
Oh,
dark.
I've never played it.
It's so much fun.
Really?
If you play a Skinner, you get to pick like a performance art talent, and mine was arson, and I just lit stuff on fire. It was great.
My god, that's
I got
amazing.
eaten by mechanical cats. It was awesome.
I want to play this now. Okay,
Yeah.
well,
No.
clearly
Well,
somebody has to run a game for me at
yeah.
some point.
Apocalypse
I got
World was
you.
really good. I played in a game once that was about like the psychic dissolution of America, and so everybody was running around trying to like collect all the items that reminded them of America. So my buddy played a guy who was like obsessed with football memorabilia, and I was obsessed
Whoa.
with like Norman Rockwell paintings.
Please tell me
That's
someone
wild.
played the Hamburglar.
No,
No.
nobody played the
Someone should
Hamburglar.
have.
Hamburgers.
But you can
are-
see how rich this is.
That's awesome. That sounds
Yeah,
like fun.
everyone. It's the hardest part maybe with Apocalypse World is that there is no predefined setting. You have to come
Yeah.
up with it.
Yep.
So you can get all
Yeah.
these sort of wild games with it.
All right,
I want to
awesome.
run this now. What else I want to
Super
play
good.
it? Oh,
It's-
the
it's
I'll
GM.
so
run it.
good.
I'll run it, and you can play it.
Yep, we
Okay,
should
cool.
definitely.
Sure.
we
It's on
should
top of
definitely
my
do this.
million other games right now. Sure.
All right, kids. I think that's going to do it for today. You've got 2 new poison resist rings with you for hitting up that poison forest again. And next time, we can do whatever you want. You can go wherever you want. You can go back to the place. We can go some other place. Whatever you need.
We can
whatever
do
you
what we want to.
Ooh,
We
yeah.
can leave them behind.
If your friends don't moon, and if they don't moon, whether no friends
No
of
friends of mine.
All right, let's go around this room of ours and talk about these friends of mine. Transition. Britt, what's going on with you this week?
It's me, Britt Wiseman. Hello. Just working a lot. Lots of working. After this, I have approximately 23 minutes to eat lunch before my 6 hours of meetings. Woohoo! I'm gonna stream this weekend. So
Whoa.
if anyone, it's not like, I think Sean and I are gonna probably drink beer and play Rocket League or something, but probably Saturday night. I'll tweet about it. My Twitter's my name. So if you want to come hang out with us, we might be doing that. And I hope everyone has a lovely rest of the week.
Are there going to be cats? Because I only show
Probably.
up if there's cats.
They basically follow us around the apartment, so it's highly likely that they will be there if we are both there. Yes. I can make sure Sheriff makes an appearance.
Yes. I love that your cat is named Sheriff.
She's just making sure everybody's safe all the time. She's on
An
watch.
important job.
Yeah. Sometimes she sleeps on the job. She's not great, but she's doing her best. That's all. I don't have anything else to say. Move on, please. Thank you for watching.
Steven, what's going on with you?
Oh, man. Nothing. Just playing some awesome role-playing games with my good friends.
How's work?
Work is very dull and nothing
dull?
to report.
Nothing to report?
It's
no rumors?
It's so beige and unimportant that to say anything would be to merely disappoint.
You son of a... All right. Moving on then.
Sang to the tune of G.I. Joe.
The real American
The less you know.
NDA.
The less you know.
Bronze, what's going on with you?
Hi, hello. I'm that bronze girl. I believe I think we're doing Seattle by Night this month.
Sweet.
So if you want to see me play an in-canon character in the Vampire the Masquerade universe, which if you know how big of a World of Darkness fan I am, being in canon just has me tickled pink. I guess check that out. It's going to be on Penny Arcade. Also, I stream every morning. Come by. And
It's
I play
true.
the kazoo
Every
sometimes.
single morning.
Every single morning.
Get the
Probably gonna stream
coffee?
after this. I made Planet Zoo Park, and when you zoom
Is it
out,
fun?
it's shaped like an elephant's head. The paths make an elephant head, which I thought was creative and beautiful. But of
That's
course,
cute.
the fuckballs come in and are like, that elephant's ears, they're lopsided. Elephants aren't perfect, and neither are you.
Don't body shame elephants. God.
But you should come to my stream because I'm super nice.
It's true.
She's very nice. You're very
Thank
nice.
you, Britt. I was actually just talking about you the other day where I said that cosigns from people like you are very important. Because I was saying
Very
that, like,
nice.
you know how some girls are like super sweet and cute, and there's nothing wrong with that. But when somebody like that is like, hey, bronze is cool too, and that's also a valid personality type. You can have some salty with your sweet. It means a lot to me.
Oh, that's very nice.
Thank you for being an ally.
I got your back. If she's mean to you and she makes you feel bad, that's not her being mean. She's lovely.
That's a you problem.
I just gaslight people for bronze.
I was about to say,
How dare you talk shit about my son?
being an ally for villainy, I don't know is the right call.
I'm
Thanks
just
for being an
shining
ally
a light
to evil.
on how wonderful she is. And honestly, if she is being me too, you've probably done something wrong or stupid.
You deserve it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just true.
You bad Twitch viewer, you.
But
Eric?
as a Twitch employee, I enjoy all community members.
Even the naughty ones.
Yeah.
Eric, what's going on with
Johnny,
you
it
this week?
sounds dirty.
Oh, geez. This week, more role-playing games. You can find all of that stuff at my own channel and my YouTube stuff at Eric Vulgaris. For example, I brought up Pendragon. We finished the first year of Pendragon this past week, which is amazing. If you all haven't played Pendragon, it's awesome.
Yes.
If you want a full, like, real long chronicle of it, go see it on Steven's channel for full. But right now we just started. We did character creation in their first year. We had a giant battle. It's so good. I can talk about it forever. And then also on Saturdays, I do my Miseries and Misfortunes, which is my weird find the Holy Grail in the midst of 1648 Paris. So I'm super into this like historical shit right now, and I can't get enough of it. I only play for 2 hours in those sessions, but like I will prep so much for these because it's so much fun. It's just literally so much fun right now.
I've always wanted to do Pendragon, but like Monty Python style,
Oh God, that'd be hilarious.
right?
Yeah, I think you could do it. Yeah,
You totally
and
So
yeah,
I got introduced to Pendragon by a friend of mine in North Carolina, and he was like, all right, each of you fuckers gets one. Each of you gets one Monty Python joke.
yeah.
And when you make your second, your character dies. Because like it's
I
really
get it.
easy to slide into Monty Python and then just be playing Monty Python. And he wanted to play King Arthur, Knights of the Round Table, etc. But like the possibility is really there.
I'd be gone. I'd be
Yeah.
a goner. I'd
Yep.
be talking about shrubberies and be like, brave, 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 brave.
Boom.
I'd be
Dead.
done.
And
Lightning
you just
bolt.
re-roll your, son or
knight.
daughter.
Yeah. And then I finally circled back around in my book taste. I'm reading Bram Stoker's Dracula, and it's so good.
It's
It's
good.
holy book. It's my first time reading it. It's amazing.
I haven't read
It's
that.
super
I need
good.
to read
It's
that.
super good.
Give me any book that's written like the epistolary, it's just chronicles. Just give me that shit. I love it. It's so good. It's amazing.
I'm gonna read it now.
yeah.
We can talk about it later.
Oh, do it. Though I won't. No spoilers or anything like that. But like the one person in the asylum is just my perfect example now of what like a warlock, right?
Nice.
Like just like eating bugs. He gets flies to eat spiders, and spiders to eat bugs, and he eats those, and he like has an account for how many they've eaten, so he gets their power. And I'm like, this is a warlock. That's what a warlock does. Oh my god, this is awesome. It's so
True,
good.
You get your power
Anyways,
from eating
yeah,
bugs.
I won't reveal anything else about it. But oh my god, it's been so amazing, and the fact that everything's written as like these like letters, diaries, and it's never actually like actual dialogue. It's just what people have done as narrate. It's so good. I want more of that. It's amazing.
I've been reading the Encyclopedia Vampirica, but now I want to read that instead.
Yeah, it's good.
I like how you could honestly see a moment where Bronze was like, tracking bugs, eating bugs equals power.
Yes.
That's right. I was like, this is some serious
No, I'm
shit.
serious. But what my Sunfall Cycle brain was like, okay, so I jumped to the God Soul too early. I needed to eat other bug or like
Yes.
other souls on the way up to eat the God Soul, and then I get the fucking power.
Yeah.
And then
That's-
I murder my
yeah.
patron, and I become the patron.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Circle of life.
it's not. You're not wrong. Like that's kind of what this person's doing.
Suenya.
It's really good.
Gaga
And works
geeks,
perfect for you. Yeah.
And then I can yeet warlocks onto planet Earth to do my bidding.
Yeah.
Yeet.
Yeet.
I
All
just
right.
found
Those
I have
saith he.
long-term plan.
That's it for us. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be back next week, I believe, with another episode. Stay tuned. More nonsense. Live your lives, and remember, Bronze will eat you and steal your power. Bye, everybody.
You know, where's the payoff? Bring the strippers and booze. We do occasionally talk about video games. Bring the strippers and booze. Not enough time for video games. Bring the strippers and booze.
Oh, thank God, I don't need pants now.
Hey, JC, what are you doing? Not much. Making a fortune.
Yeah, now sing music.
Bring the strippers and booze. I'm here to ask and answer one simple question. You